What's up, guys? Welcome back to a video with your guy Entrepreneur Davis. In today's video, I'm about to take these two beat up, terrible looking trailers and I'm about to bring them back to life and flip them for a profit. So let me go ahead and tell you what we got here and I'll show you what we're about to do today. All right, as you guys can see, we have two smaller, but I can see the potential in trailers that I will be redoing the whole thing. It's pretty much just needs wood, painting, little knickknacks, maybe redo the lights on both of them. We'll definitely redo the lights on both of them and just bring them back to life. They both don't have a jack for some odd reason, but that's just how I bought them. This one's a 5x10 and this is a 5x8 over here, but the selling point is those ramps. Everybody in Florida or maybe across the country loves these ramps because obviously you can load up equipment like lawnmowers, you can load up like a mini skid on it, or just smaller stuff, and the ramp is always nice to have. You can also move couches with it, so these trailers are really nifty with these ramps because they come in really handy. So what I plan on doing to each trailer is just pretty much bringing it back to life. I bought about $80 of wood right here that I'm gonna be slapping on there after I get all this junk cleaned off of both of the trailers. This one's not as bad with the junk because the guy pretty much let me leave a bunch of the junk that was on this one at the place, but I did actually buy these from two separate places. I bought this one for $200 and I bought this one for $100. Yeah, some people might say I would pay for this one, but it's a 10-foot long 5x10 with the ramp. So for $200, once I put new wood on it and repaint it, you're gonna see why it's worth the $200 that I paid. Honestly, I think that one might have been worth a little bit more than I paid, but I just got a good deal on it. But yeah, this is what we got going on today. We're gonna be knocking these two out simultaneously at the same time. So first, what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm just gonna go ahead and clean off both of the trailers and get them down just to bare frame, because that's what we need to be at. And then we can kind of pinpoint what we got to do next after we get to the bare metal and bare frame. Let's do it. All right, guys, taking down these trailers were pretty easy. This first one was super duper easy. All the wood was super rotten, so I just pulled it off in 2 seconds. This one was a little more nasty. It had a lot of trash and stuff that's just been sitting out in the rain and the sun, so it was a little mushy and it had plants growing on and everything. And also, this trailer was really weird because it had multiple layers of wood, so I just kept taking off wood and it was more layers of wood. I guess they never wanted to take it off and they just kind of want to put more on top of it. But this both seemed to be pretty decent trailers once I got to the bottom. All right, so now we have them both as a clean slate. They need to be blowing up with a leaf blower, but yeah, they're pretty much both a clean slate. Looks like this hitch is not connected there, so what I'll do is I'll throw some tappers in it. Maybe I'll think about going to get a welder today. I don't know, we'll see. At the local pawn shop, something cheap, because like I said previously, I'm not a great welder, but maybe I'll think about it today for this trailer. But clean slate, just needs to have that re-welded, new wiring, and clean slate. Looks like the middle of this one right here is bent down, so I gotta bend that one back up. And yeah, it's actually pretty good for what it is. This one also needs to be rewired. I did have an extra jack that I was gonna plan on using on this one because it looks like it'll fit better on here because it already has a plate set up for it. This one just has an old jack that for some reason the jack is not even there anymore. It's just completely gone. So it looks like I just gotta get a new one for this one. But it's no problem. Those light duty ones are super cheap. But yeah, that's what we got going on here. Doesn't seem like anything catastrophic. Just needs 2 jacks. Get this middle one bent back up, and then either self tap or weld that hitch back on. It's welded there, just right here. It's separated, as you can see. You can see it was like a weak weld on there. I think for me personally, even if I tried to weld, it's not going to hold. So I think I might do the self tapper. Just put a couple of them in there, and then it should hold. Really, it really should. If I come from the bottom up, we'll see. We'll see what I end up doing. But yeah. So next thing I gotta do is go ahead and get this leaf blower and blow all this extra crap and crud off, and then get the pressure washer out and pressure wash these things. we got a pretty clean slate now. All that dust and, you know, dirt is kind of off. I still got to pressure wash it, but like the stuff that was loose, it's better to just blow it off rather than pressure wash all that, because it could get more chunky. But now I'm about to fire up the pressure washer and start pressure washing this bad boy, both of them. So they actually have been dry for quite some time now, but when I was waiting for it to dry, I figured I might as well pressure wash my camper, and I got a little carried away. And it looks great, but that's not the project at hand. I was supposed to be fixing these trailers, so I just wasted about an hour and 30 minutes of my time washing my whole camper. It looks great, don't get me wrong, but that's not what we're supposed to be doing here. But now what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm gonna go ahead and paint this trailer, and I actually have to run to the store to get the red paint for that trailer, I don't have any red paint. I only have green and black. So I'm gonna use the black here, paint as much as I can. It's a pretty tall can, so I think I can maybe get the whole thing. And then we'll run to the store and get the red paint for that trailer since I'm already here. So let's get that done. Also, I bent this back. I put the jack under it and then pushed down on it, stepped on it, and it bent it back straight again, so we don't have to worry about that. We just have to worry about that jack over there again, some type of connection to the cross member. But let's get to it. Alright, so I got this trailer majority painted black. And I ended up just painting this with the extra green I had. I ran out a little bit at the very end. I didn't get the cross members because I can spray that any color because it's under the wood. But it sucks because I was trying to get the grate area and I ran out of paint. And I don't know if they make any more of this color. I think I might have one more can in my garage. I'm gonna go check, because that would be great if I do, because then I can finish this. It's only a tiny little bit that I missed. So just trying to finish painting every part that used to be red, green, but I got majority of it though. It's not like it's not a majority of the trailer isn't already painted, so that's a good thing. But let me go check see if I got that last can. All right, guys, so I got them both touched up with some new paint. I got two more cans of black and a green can. The green didn't really match, but I only put it on the tailgate. So it's not going to be completely perfectly painted on this one because I can't find that same green, and it really is different. You can see it right here. This is the green that I just recently got, and this is the green that I originally had. It is much lighter, but on the tailgate, you really can't tell as much. Maybe on a sunny day, you'll be able to tell. You can kind of see it right here. See all the different greens right there? So it's tragic, but they just don't have that color anymore. I guess they discontinued it, but this one's looking pretty good. It is completed. Well, not completed, but it is touched up. That's what I was only looking for. I didn't need it to be perfect. That's what I wasn't going for perfect, but I just wanted the black to pop a lot more and for you to see that it's actually black. Because when I put the wood on it, it's gonna look a lot better. And then I gotta get this front part right here all fixed up. I don't even know how this even happened, but I'm gonna try to bend it all back. Yeah, but only problem is it's about to start raining, which kind of sucks. I wish if I didn't take the time to wash my camper, I would have had more time to do this, but it is what it is. You know, you live and you learn. But I'm at a good point. But yeah, for both of these trailers. All right, guys, so I went ahead and started throwing the wood in there. I know the cross members aren't painted, but I ran out of paint, and I'm not going to get more paint. Yeah, I know I should have just used the spray method where I put it inside the air compressor and get a can of paint. I know, but this is a cheap project and I already had cans, so I decided to just go this route. Plus, it looks pretty decent. It's good enough for what it is, you know. I still gotta go to a fender and lights for both trailers. And those cost money, so, and one jack, because I have one jack right here that I think I can either use on that one or this one. But I need one more jack, and which also costs money. And I'm trying to keep the cost the lowest possible so I can make the most profit. So these are 6-foot boards that I had got from this pile of boards I got for 80 bucks. I have more than enough wood. I just got to cut it now instead of just slapping them in there, because these ones were already 10 feet, which were convenient. So I just threw them in there. Now I have 37 inches left with 2x4s, 2x4x12s, and I just got to cut them down to 10 feet here, then cut them down to 8 feet there. In the middle, I'm gonna leave it open so I can figure out a solution for obviously the jack. This one I'm just gonna cover the whole thing, because I can just run the wiring going down the side here and just zip tie it, on both sides. Because the wiring on these type of trailers is very simple. It already has some wiring. These lights actually might already work, but this one's fine. This light is completely fine. But this one on the side is a little busted, which is not really a huge deal, but I just want it to look pretty, so I'm gonna change that one out. Keep that one because that one's good. And then the 4-prong up here is toast. It's absolutely toast. So I'm gonna rewire everything, but I'm just gonna use those lights maybe, or just use that one light. See if I can find one light somewhere. Some trailer pushers sell them just as one, like loose parts, because they know sometimes people just break one light. So yeah, that's my update. All right, so I got both of the decks of both trailers put on. I had to piece them, get the last 3 boards together on that side. This side, I pieced this middle one together. As you can see, it's 2 different boards halfway down. But everything else went together pretty nicely. This is my extra scrap wood. Maybe I'll make something out of it one day. But it's looking pretty good. I think they're looking pretty good. They have the wood on them. But yeah. All right, this trailer, I put the one jack on. It's not on there the best, but, well, it's on there strong, but it looks a little cockeyed, but it doesn't matter. It's a little tiny trailer. As long as it has a jack, that's all that matters. The trailer itself looks great. I gotta get a fender for it. This one, gotta get lights, gotta weld back this tongue back on, get a jack for it, and yeah, then we'll be done with both of the trailers. Here are the other pieces for the thing that I just took off, that old jack that for some reason the jack was broken off of it. So that's that. There's some extra pieces maybe I can use. Where's the other nut at? Okay, oh, it's right here. Yeah, these bolts can definitely come in good use. Let's cut this bracket. This is trash, but hey, it's not the best, but hey, it lifts it up. The jack works. It's a small little trailer. It doesn't have to be perfect. It looks 10 times better from when I first had it, I'll tell you that much. And that's what I'm going for. When I'm doing these flips, it's not to make them perfect. It's to get them done as quick as possible and make a profit on them. That's what the name of the game is. And I think this one's serving its purpose so far. I just got to get a fender for this side. And get some lights, rewire these lights up. And this one will be done. I have to go get a weight, of course, but that's going to take like 10 minutes. Weight so I can get the registration for it. So the new buyer can have paperwork for it, get a tag. But yeah. All right, so I got this bracket on there to hold this steady. No wells needed. It's nice and tight. It's holding nicely. Yeah, that's all I needed. I'm gonna put the wood back in and I can bolt it down and everything like that. But yeah, that's all you gotta do is put a bracket in there. If there's a will, there's a way. I switched out the bracket on that side to that one, and then I used both of these. Put one inside here, drilled a hole right here, and then just put a nut in there and tightened it up. But yeah, now it's completely secure. Don't gotta worry about anything with this. I just gotta put a jack on it. All right, guys, so this is probably what I'm gonna get to for today. I'm pretty exhausted. The sun really takes a lot out of you, even though I really didn't do that much. As well, it doesn't look like it to you guys, but I did a lot of cutting and moving wood, and off camera I had to move this wood onto my truck by myself, and take it off when I'm by myself. So it's definitely a lot, especially working alone. So, you know, I'm pleased with where I got to today for both of these trailers. I wasn't expecting to finish both of them today, but now it's just like the easy minute details, like super duper easy. Putting in lights. This one already has a jack on it. Getting a fender, and I'm just gonna self tap it into this piece of metal right here. Lights over there. Get a jack for it, and that's it pretty much, guys. I mean, and then put the wood into the drill the wood into the trailer over there. This one ain't going anywhere. It's inside those little holder downers things. So we're good on this one, but that one we definitely need to drill that down because that's moving freely around currently. So that's what I got planned. Everything's going to plan. I'm getting it knocked out. It's pretty cool that I'm able to get two of them done at the same time. You know, crazy how the human mind works, right? All right, guys, so I got the lights printed over here, not wired up yet, but they're just kind of placed where they're supposed to be at. Those are bolted in the back on each side, and I got those tool in the fender. I don't even know if I'm gonna wire those in, or maybe just not wire them in at all. It's gonna be so much easier without them. And then went ahead and changed this backlight. I gotta retest these wires here. This one's trash, and I kind of retrofitted the 4-prong onto the lights that were currently there because the old 4-prong was obviously completely busted. As you can see, it's done. Nothing you can do with this thing. So I had to put a new 4-prong on it. I wired the wires up, and now I need to go get my truck or something to go come and test it so I can see if this thing's gonna work or not. So yeah, this side was already good. As you can see, it's already wired up pretty decently. I just gotta go get my truck and wire that one in and see if this is gonna work properly, like how I think it is. All right, so I got both of the trailers wired up. I wired these both for a turn signal light. So as you see, I have my 4-ways on, so all 4 of them going. Let's go to the front. I'll show you guys. Turn the left turn signal on. Both of the lights are gonna go. I thought that was better, so you can see it better. I know the one's just a marker light, so it can give you light when you're driving at night. But I think this here is better because I put it right here on this back fender and right there. So as you can see, for this left turn signal, they both turn on. And then for the right turn signal, it's going to do the same. I figured that was the best way of doing it. I don't know. I just prefer it like that. I don't know if it's the best way of doing it. As you can see, here we go. So that's how you do it. And this one's wired up as well. The 4-prong doesn't fit in my truck. It's a weird one, but I will get the adapter for it and I'll test that probably tomorrow or something like that. But this one is good to go. All right, guys, so lights are wired up, obviously, as you seen last night. Now I'm just throwing these self tappers in so the boards will be nice and stable on there. You know, I got the first 4 in. It's super easy to drill into this trailer because the trailer is, oh snap, I'm heavy. Yeah, I'm super heavy. Let me step back over this way. Because the trailer's metal is not super duper strong, is what I was trying to say. So yeah, I'm just getting this done. So I got all those self tappers into the board, so they're all bolted down nicely. I actually have a potential buyer. Funny enough, I just finished. Well, the reason why I went out and put the self tappers in it is because the guy texted me. So I do have a potential buyer. So right now, what I'm doing for him is I'm going over to the weigh station. I'm gonna get it weighed. I asked him if he wanted me to register for him, but he said he's just gonna do it himself. I was like, all right, that's no problem. So I'm gonna get the weigh ticket for him, and then he'll come and pick it up, and he'll go get it registered in his name as a homemade trailer, because that's what I was gonna do anyways. And it's really simple. Once you get the weigh ticket, you can pretty much do whatever you want. Like, you can go whenever you feel like it. I mean, it's better to do it sooner than later, but you know, yeah. So I just got the trailer weighed. It weighs 540 pounds. Done deal. And the guy's definitely coming. We just got on the FaceTime, and he was just making sure he was getting the right size hitch, and I was just confirming with him, like, yeah, that's the right size hitch. So I'm gonna go back home and just wait until he gets here pretty much and go sell him the trailer. I'm using these right now because my Tahoe only has a 8-prong or 7-prong, however you want to call it. So this is a 4-prong on this trailer, so I can't plug this into this. I know I should have just drove the truck, but you know, it's an overkill for doing stuff like this, you know what I'm saying? So I figured I might as well just go ahead and drive the Tahoe, less on diesel. So yeah, that's what I did. All right, sold. Got the money here. On to the next. All right, guys. I know I just sold that one trailer for $500, but I just brought this 20-foot enclosed trailer for $500 with the title, everything. The back door needs a little work and it needs to be cleaned out, obviously, but it's definitely not something that's impossible for me to do. This thing is huge, absolutely huge. 20 feet. It looks great on the truck. It definitely needs a lot of love, a lot of love, but 2 6K axles on it, 20 feet, enclosed trailer, title in hand, lights work. Funny enough, because this thing looks busted, might have to redo that anyways. He gave me a new hitch because look at this. This is absolutely ridiculous. It's like now it's like a pencil. So I put the pencil down, but he gave me a new hitch anyways right there, brand new. He just never put it on. But he's getting out the lawn care business, and he sold his other trailer that was probably 16, 20 feet. I missed that one. It had a good gate, but it had a hole in the roof. But this one was for sale. All I got to do is fix that back tailgate, and I think I'll be good. And do just little cosmetic stuff, clean off the side, maybe paint it. Think about painting it. You know, has good walls, good roof. It's just the back door needs some work. But for $500, you cannot beat that. Literally. So let me go ahead and get out of here. I'm over here in Kissimmee, about 40, 50 minutes away from my house. I'm gonna get this back to my house and then put it in the backyard. And yeah, this is a good deal. All right, guys. So I have the little 5x10. I'm about to go sell it for some money right now, cash deal. I'm actually potentially going to sell it for $750. I actually have 2 buyers, so if this guy doesn't come through, then I have another guy willing to come from Ocala to come buy it for $750. Yeah, so that's what I'm about to go do now. Then also today, which is not going to be on this video, is I actually have to go do a rolling job, the same job that I did in my previous video with the site preparation. So they got a roller out there, they rented one, and they had it delivered to the site. So all I have to do now is show up and go roll it. It's a really cheap, fairly cheap job since he paid for the roller. He did all the work getting it there, and all I got to do is essentially just do labor. So it's a very cheap job. I mean, I haven't ran the roller that much, but it's very simple. It vibrates, it has a steering wheel. You go forward, backward, you roll down everything and pretty much flatten it, you know, and compact it down because it's a vibrating roller. I think the smaller one, 3,000 or 4,000 pound roller. So that's what I'll be doing next. You guys won't be seeing that in this video, it'll be in the next video. But yeah, we're going to go sell this trailer first, then we'll head over there and do that. We're going to pretty much the same area because the guy's coming from DeLand, and I was like, hey, my job's in Deltona. I made you over somewhere in Midway, Deltona. And then after, I just went straight to my job and get it knocked out. But yeah, so that's what we're doing today. Trailer's towing fine, have a spare for the guy. I'm just gonna give him the spare, I don't really need it. It's a 13-inch rim. There's not that many trailers with 13-inch rims on them, so yeah. I'm just gonna go ahead and just give that to him. And also right now, it just keeps me protected right now. Where I'm only going 30 minutes, but it makes me feel a little more safe knowing that I'm pulling and I have a spare as well. It's just a good feeling. So all right, so the first guy, he decided he didn't want it, so it was no big deal. I was like, all right, it just wasn't for him. But there's another guy coming. He's coming all right from Ocala. I'm actually just gonna go to my job site. He's gonna meet me over here. I don't got any time to be, you know, trying to meet people in different areas. I'm just gonna go do what I gotta do. If you want it, come and get it. I made it convenient by bringing it with me so you don't gotta wait all day for me to be done with my work. So that's what we're doing. We'll see if this next guy buys it. If he doesn't, no big deal to me. Someone else gonna buy it. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and tell you the numbers that I just had for these trailers. So I sold the first one for $500, the 5x8, the 8x5, however you want to say it. I bought that one for $100. I put $40 in wood on it. I bought the new lights for 20 bucks. The paint I already had, I spent $7 on one can of paint. So I was into it for about 180 bucks and I sold it for 500. So it wasn't the craziest profit, but that's why I did 2 trailers. And then the second trailer, the 5x10 or 10x5, however you want to say it, I bought that one for 200 bucks. Put $40 in wood into it. I just put a new 4-prong on it, so that only cost me $8. What else? I think that's pretty much it. So that one I'm into it for $248. It was a little more expensive, but I went ahead and sold that one for $750. So I made a pretty handsome profit on that one of like 500 and some bucks on it. 502 bucks, which is pretty nice. Yeah. All right, little honorable mention trailer I just picked up. Brand new tires on it. I just put new wood on it. This is the wood that was on it. Old plywood that wasn't the right plywood, so I just put another sheet of plywood on it, and I put these 1x8s or something on there too, and I just cut them so it can fit. And now I'm about to go get a jack, rewire the lights, and then put this baby up for sale. Got it for 130 bucks, but yeah. But all right, guys, that's pretty much gonna wrap up today's video. I mean, I'm gonna get this one on the next video probably, or maybe I'll just sell it before I even make a video because it looks very, very simple. But don't forget to like, subscribe, show you guys some love. Leave a comment down below on what you think about this type of content, me flipping both of those trailers. It only took me 2 or 3 days to sell both and fix both. It took me like about 1 day to do all the wood and everything like that. And then going back and get the little tedious details. And then the same day that I did that, I went ahead and sold the first one. And then the very next day, I sold the second one. So you really can't beat that at all. Yeah, so of course, don't forget to get in your Bible, repent of your sins, and turn your life to Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior, because that's the only thing that truly matters. All these things I do on my channel, buying trailers like this one behind me, fixing them up, doing skid work, making trades, it's all great and all, but put Jesus Christ first in your life, and he will give you a life full of abundance, and you will be satisfied and glorify the King, of course. So yeah, get in that Bible, repent for your sins, and build a relationship with God. I'll catch you guys in the next one, and peace out.